Please like the video and share your thoughts in the comments. Your feedback helps improve the content. It started like any other summer gathering we hosted. Friends scattered across the backyard, laughter floating through the air, and the irresistible scent of grilled meat drifting from the patio. I had spent hours preparing everything perfectly. String lights hung just right, steaks marinating, every detail planned. Tara, my wife, moved through the crowd with effortless charm, drawing attention wherever she went. I had always admired her confidence, though lately it felt less like charm and more like arrogance. Small changes had crept in over time. Late-night phone calls, rushed departures, a blankness in her expression whenever I tried to talk about us. I told myself it was stress or fatigue, but deep down, something whispered otherwise. A few weeks earlier, she had casually mentioned that monogamy felt outdated to her. I laughed, thinking it was a passing thought, maybe even a joke, but her calm, serious expression suggested otherwise. When I asked for clarification, she merely shrugged, saying people should have freedom to explore. I didn't push. I swallowed my unease and nodded, sensing a subtle shift in the woman I thought I knew. Nothing, however, could prepare me for what happened that night. The evening had been unfolding perfectly. Music playing, drinks flowing, neighbors mingling with her coworkers. I was at the grill flipping burgers when her voice cut through the chatter. Tara clinked her glass, a playful yet commanding tone in her voice. "Everyone," she said, "I have an announcement." The crowd leaned in, curiosity piqued. Her eyes sparkled with that practiced charm she always used to capture attention. Mark and I have decided to try something new. We're entering an open marriage. The words hit like thunder. Laughter bubbled up from the crowd, awkward, uncertain, until silence fell as they realized she wasn't joking. My heart raced as I stood frozen, tongs in hand, trying to process it. She hadn't spoken to me first. She had made our marriage a spectacle. Her smirk suggested she expected me to crumble in embarrassment, but instead, clarity cut through me like glass. I set the tongs down and walked toward her, calm and deliberate, stopping in front of her best friend, Rachel, locking eyes without hesitation. "Well," I said smoothly, "Rachel, would you like to go out with me next weekend?" The yard froze. Glasses paused midair. Conversations halted. Rachel's face drained of color. Tara's confident mask faltered, her jaw tightening. "No, you can't do that," she snapped. I tilted my head, smiling, feigning confusion. "Why not? You just announced we're open." I thought that meant freedom. The atmosphere shifted. Guests exchanged glances, suddenly aware of the weight of the moment. Tara's posture, once commanding, slumped. Her face paled. Her hand trembled slightly around her wine glass. "Mark, that's not funny," she said, trying to reclaim control. "Neither is making our marriage a public joke without consulting me," I replied evenly, calm and composed. She stormed inside, leaving whispers and tension behind. I returned to grill, flipping burgers as if nothing had happened, greeting guests with a measured smile. It wasn't revenge, it was a boundary. For 4 years, I had been the patient, silent husband, swallowing disrespect for the sake of peace. That night, I realized peace without respect meant nothing. When she returned, tears carefully wiped away. Composure feigned, I saw her confidence shattered. The queen had fallen. After the guests left, the house fell silent, the kind of silence that presses against your ears. She threw her glass into the sink, voice cracking. "How could you embarrass me like that?" I met her gaze quietly. "You embarrass yourself the moment you turn our marriage into a spectacle." Her expression softened, a flicker of recognition that I wasn't the man she imagined. "Mark, I didn't mean it like that," she murmured. "Then what did you mean?" I asked. She had implied I should have freedom to explore, while I didn't. She had no answer. In the following days, she tried to repair the damage. Apologies, long conversations, promises it had all been a misunderstanding. But trust, once publicly mocked, cannot be fully restored. I stayed distant, polite, already planning my exit. 2 weeks later, the divorce papers sat on her desk. She cried, pleaded, admitted her mistake. But some lines, once crossed, cannot be uncrossed. Months later, I ran into Rachel at a cafe. She smiled, recalling that night. I still can't believe how you handled it. I shrugged calmly. Sometimes silence speaks louder than anger. Sometimes walking away is the strongest statement. Tara eventually left town, her social misstep leaving her reputation in tatters. I moved forward, unburdened and wiser. That night at the barbecue had taught me something invaluable. When someone publicly disrespects the love you share, the relationship is already ended.